I'd always thought of myself as a faithful wife and a devoted mother. My marriage to James wasn't magical, but it was dependable, a steady rhythm of early mornings and quiet nights. We'd built a life together, raising our children and weathering the ups and downs as a team. But over time, the flame that once burned between us slowly faded into a silent gap we never spoke of. I convinced myself it was just part of aging together, a natural shift in our shared routine. Our son Noah had just turned 21, stepping into adulthood with new freedom. His weekends were filled with noisy parties and friends whose laughter filled every corner of our home. Amid the chaos, I found comfort in seeing him happy, surrounded by people who cared about him. Among them was Liam, a young man who stood apart, quiet, composed, with a magnetic calmness that I couldn't ignore. He was only a few years older than Noah, yet there was something about him, his easy charm, sandy hair, and the way he carried himself, that stirred something long dormant inside me. It started on a warm Saturday afternoon. Noah and his friends were loud by the pool, their laughter echoing through the house. I was in the kitchen, preparing snacks, when Liam showed up shirtless, still dripping from the water. He smiled kindly. "Mrs. Harper," he said gently, "need a hand?" I didn't look up. "No, thank you, Liam. Go have fun." But he didn't leave. He stayed by the counter, watching me with a gaze that made my heart race. "You always take care of everyone," he said softly. "You deserve someone to take care of you, too." It wasn't just what he said, it was how he said it, as though he truly saw me. I tried to brush it off, replying with a laugh, "That's what moms do." But I couldn't shake the way he looked at me. Over the next few weeks, I noticed how he always found a reason to linger nearby, how his presence made the air feel charged. I told myself it was just harmless curiosity. But deep down, I felt a yearning, a quiet ache for something I hadn't felt in years. Then, one evening, everything changed. Noah had gone out, leaving the house unusually quiet. Under the soft kitchen light, Liam and I found ourselves alone. "Mrs. Harper," he began hesitantly, "I know this might sound strange, but I see something in you. Something bright and alive, buried beneath everything you do for others. Don't you ever wonder what it would feel like to do something just for you?" His words stirred something in me, memories of a younger, freer woman I'd forgotten. I remembered how vibrant I used to be, how much of myself I'd given up to keep my family together. His voice awakened that part of me. That night, we spoke for hours. Vulnerabilities poured out, and in his presence, I felt truly heard for the first time in years. And then, he reached for my hand. "You're incredible, Mrs. Harper. You deserve to feel alive again." His sincerity wrapped around me like a warm blanket. Before I could respond, he kissed me. Gently at first, then deeper. It was a kiss filled with longing, and it reminded me of who I once was. But the front door slammed open. Noah's voice snapped us back. Liam pulled away instantly. Panic surged through me. I barely made it through that night, my thoughts spinning with guilt and confusion. We never mentioned the kiss again. But the memory stayed, raw and dangerous. The next day, I tried to distance myself, keeping Liam at arm's length. But later, the doorbell rang. "Noah said you needed help with the laundry cabinet," he said, holding a toolbox. I hesitated, then let him in. As he worked, I watched him from the doorway. My heart was a mess, caught between loyalty to James and the passion Liam had reawakened. Every glance we shared was a silent conversation. I was trapped between the life I knew and the thrill of rediscover. Was it betrayal, or was it freedom? I didn't know. But at night, lying next to James as he snored softly, I couldn't stop thinking about Liam. The kiss. The fire it lit inside me. I knew it was wrong. Yet, I craved it. Craved him. Every look, every brief touch with Liam became a quiet rebellion. A battle between duty and desire. I didn't know where this path would lead me, but for the first time in years, I felt alive.